In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a custom form. From your dashboard, you're going to navigate to the Templates tab on the left-hand sidebar. From here, you're going to go ahead and click on the Create Template button. You can also see on the screen that if you have previously created any templates, they're going to display in this section below. So once you click on that Create Template button, you can either start a template from scratch or you can start from a previously created template. In this example, I'm going to start from scratch and go through each of the aspects of the form. So once you open up a new form, you can go ahead and name that form. So we're just going to call this new form in this example. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead through each of these items on the left-hand side panel to get started. So we're going to start with the header section. So this is the title of your form. And you can go ahead and you can click on that and rename it to whatever you would like. So again, we're just going to call this new form for the sake of the example. You can go ahead and change the vertical alignment and the horizontal alignment as well. And you can also adjust the font size to make it bigger or smaller. You can also then go ahead and add a paragraph field, which this is just text that you can add to your form. So if you need to add any instructions or any other messages to your client when filling out the form, you can just add in a paragraph. So we're just going to go, please complete form. And then we can click done. Next, we're going to add a text field. So this is a single text line. So for example, we can put a first name here, and we can also go ahead and we can either make this required or hidden. So required just means that it will be mandatory when you send it to the client and they will need to complete that section. And if you do make it a hidden field, for example, you can go ahead and just hide that section on the form when you send it to the client. But I'll show you that in a later example. We're going to go ahead and add a text area. So it's very similar to a text field, only you have multiple lines that the client can fill in. So we can say maybe like a reason for visit. If we want to add that in, we can make that required as well. You can add an image to your form. So for example, you can go ahead and add that image at the top. If you want to add a logo, all you would do is click on that box, set the dimensions of the image, and then upload the image there. You can also add alternative text as well if needed. You can add a date. So when I'm adding and sliding over these items, you can go ahead and add it in anywhere where there's that dotted rectangle bars, either on the side or on the top or bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and stick it beside the first name. And we're going to call this date of birth. And we're going to also make this required. And we do want to display the day, but you can turn that off if you would like. Next, we're going to go ahead and add a checklist in. So we can add a checklist at the bottom here. And all you would do is you would just click that options, and you can rename this to preferred method of contact. And we can make that required. And for example, we can put phone, we can go email, and we can even add another one for maybe like a fax, for example. We can add a text in here as well if you wanted to add a fourth option, and we can just click done, and those will be added in there. You can also add any lists as well. So this is just a list for you to list out any items. So for example, like what to bring to the appointment. And you can add, health card. You can add in maybe like blood work, for example, or any other items that you maybe want to add or list out. We can add a divider in as well. So if we wanted to stick in a divider, it just separates up the form. And then the last item you can also add is a radio group. So unlike the checkbox above, you can actually go ahead and click on this radio group, but it just allows your client to click on one option. And then you could go ahead and input any of the different options you would like. You can add additional options. You can make it required, hidden, and we can click done. So I do want to go ahead and show how you would use the hidden section, for example. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in a text area to the very bottom of this form that we've created. And I'm going to click on that field and I'm going to go My Notes. And I'm going to make this a hidden field. So what that means is when I am going ahead and I send this form to the client, this section will be hidden from my client. So when I get this form back completed, I can add my additional notes in the bottom of this form. Once the form is done and you're happy with it, you can click on the preview button to see the exact form that your client will be receiving. And then all you would do is just click Save, and your new form would be added to that list at the very front page of the templates. And that is how you create a custom form.